Мы спросили диджеев о том, чтобы они спросили у диджеев. А еще спросили двух наших друзей, которые вообще не диджеи, но любят танцевать. Диджей-бут.
If I will feel that I can describe myself by using English, I will do, but if not, I will switch. Really?
Как ты попал в диджеинг?
I think it came from where I lived. The first house parties in the Netherlands started. It was pretty close to my house in 1992. It was new, it was fresh. I could hear it at night when I tried to sleep. It was also broadcasted on TV on some music channels. And I was immediately inspired by, oh wow, you have a DJ, you have a turntable, and with these records you can mix. And this was already for me the first trigger. And later friends of mine started to get into DJing, and I was more making beats. And when that developed, I really got my first release out. Then I got requests to DJ. First I did it with computer software, and later with vinyl.
Computer software, he means Ableton 4.
Some other programs too.
Yeah, I know, you also told me about that.
BPM Studio.
Yeah.
Look it up, it looks great.
Yeah? Мне 5 лет. Я живу в Калуге. У меня сводная сестра. Ее наказали, сказали, что она на школьную дискотеку 10 класса не пойдет, потому что она должна сидеть со мной, потому что мама работает в лавке, отец водит автобус, и она со мной создала некоторый договор. Я тебе даю коробку конфет, а ты предкам не рассказываешь, что мы с тобой идем на дискач. Я помню, что мой рост был примерно до уровня паха всех танцующих, но меня тогда очень жестко прикололо. И мне кажется, в тот момент это тоже был один из мощных таких умопомрачительных... Да нет, каких умопомрачительных? Я тогда мало соображала. Я поняла, что мне это жутко нравится. Пацаны заказывали песни, и мой любимый трек это был «Ракамакафо». Я под него в школе просто давала такого жара. А потом, по приезду в Питер, я работала очень долго официантом, барменом, была ответственная за микрофон. Это был такой прям Диана МС молодая. Мне было 19, у меня не было вообще никаких стопов, никаких барьеров, и была максималистка жесткая. Я орала в микрофон, раздевала девчонок на барной стойке, давала им бутылку шампанского за это, лифаки разлетались. Диджеи, которые играли, это была такая достаточно большая компания. Все они играли один и тот же музон. И только 2 чувака отличались, которые могли поставить Eng+Rus, которые могли поставить Green Velvet. Мы начали устраивать вечеринки в Грибоедов клаб, где они были диджиками, а я тоже была такая промоутерша. И, наверное, с этого все началось, с 20 лет. На данный момент мне 34. Да, тогда.
So, long story.
Yeah, it was long story. Since 5 years old, it's touched me since childhood.
Что тебя мотивировало, когда начинал играть?
Что можно вырываться, на все классные тусы Питера, вообще for free, что тебе еще будут за это денег давать. Когда ты молодой, ты такой думаешь, мне 20, бабок немного, ты студент. Получать кайфа от жизни, это мотивировало очень жестко на начальных порах. Когда я начинала, у меня амбиций было больше, чем музла на флешках, знаешь. You?
Walk for me, walk for me. Walk for me, 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 walk for me.
I like to tell stories with music. What starts somewhere, takes you somewhere, brings you somewhere. At the time when I really started DJing, there was a lot of minimal in the Netherlands. And so you had nights that would start at 30 BPM, minimal techno, and it would end like that as well, and nothing would happen. I was young, 19, when I went to clubs. And I liked a bit heavier techno, and I was really bored by that, so I just wanted to change it myself. That was my main motivation, basically.
Твой первый сетап?
First it was with a laptop, an Ableton 4 and a UC33 controller. And later I switched to vinyl pretty quickly, actually. Two Technics 1200s, and I think it was a Behringer mixer. That was the first mixer I had.
My home setup, in this time it was very cool setup because Ksyusha Spachova, a friend of mine, she just gave me away two CDJ 800 CDJs. So it was like 2010. And the mixture was also actually still very cool. Xon 22 2-channel.
Как бы ты охарактеризовал свой стиль?
I'm a freaking random.
All over the place.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really don't want to bother me with any genre. Every music has a chance to be heard. No, I don't have a style. I like music.
Yeah, I like music too, but I like creative music and unique music. So I'm always looking for records or some sounds that I haven't heard before, or some textures that I haven't heard before, or rhythmical combinations. And it can be techno, it can be electro, it can be house. Sometimes a bit classic rooted. I try to incorporate new things as well, so try to keep it as open as possible.
Как оцениваешь состояние локальной сцены?
Я увидела большой прогресс с тех пор, как я уехала, и считаю, что именно российская локальная сцена развивается прям семимильными шагами. Ты видишь, как очень большое количество комьюнити организовалось, огромное количество мест открылось. Хоть и мы немножко по новым, что нам все недостаточно клубов, недостаточно ивентов, но в целом вот за месяц в Питере не было ни одного уикенда и пятницы или субботы, чтобы мы где-то не играли, где-то не тусили, куда-то не ездили. А по поводу локальной сцены Нидерландов, где я сейчас нахожусь, я, честно, еще до конца ее не раскусила, но в целом в Левардене очень большое комьюнити диджеев. На самом деле, мне кажется, что там диджеев больше, чем людей живет.
I find it a bit hard to describe what it is, especially after COVID. DJing is very popular still. And people organize their events. I would not call it a scene. I think it's just young people doing their first steps to have parties and good time with friends. And I would not call it a scene in the way that people produce or have record labels or so. It's more they like to give a party and everybody likes to DJ. You cannot compare it to the scene in Russia, not at all. And I think in Russia, here, especially in St. P, what I've experienced the most, I think it's a very vibrant scene. A lot of people also DJing and also doing a lot of events. But there's a very creative culture around it, and I find it very healthy here and always very entertaining.
Любимая модель микшера?
At home we have the Xon 96 now.
Yes, because it was like an adult decision, like, okay, what we want, where we want to go. But he is, I think, the big fan of Pioneer. One time he made a cool post when he played in Siberia, in the Barnaul, and he says like, leave your Xon for your longest boring after party. I need a Pioneer DJ mixture.
You have a good memory.
Yeah, I have a good memory. I was liking this post because in that time I also was using Pioneer a lot. I was starting from Pioneer also. Everywhere was Pioneer. I have no choice. And only in the clubs and underground scene. I first time touch. I think you was first who described me Xon. I was like just green as hell, you know? You say like, this is that, this is that. I was like, Ugh!
I kind of start to like the Xon more because it feels more for vinyl sets. I think it's nicer because you can dive really much more into the longer transitions. But if I want to have more action, then I definitely prefer Pioneer mixers. And especially the new one, the V10 I think it is called. But it's not really on the market yet. It's sometimes on events. But I love it to the max, and I would really like to exchange our Xon for that one in the future when it's possible.
Ритуал перед ранним утренним сетом.
I sleep a bit before, have a coffee, have another coffee, and then I just go to the club. Maybe some food before. Nothing very special. It always depends what time you play. It doesn't really matter.
If I take it as a party and it's a job, then I definitely sleep, take 2 coffee and then go. But if I'm very interested in a lineup, in the people who play before me, and I really looking forward to check the music, then I came first in the club, I hanging all night long, and then I'm fully ready. Занять свое место в лайнапе я готова после такой ночки.
Чья техника игры нравится больше всего?
Delta Funktionen. Delta Funktionen. I actually sometimes like how Stingray plays. I like his crossfader mixing. I like this like whoop whoop style when you don't have that long moody transaction because the music what he played, it's powerful, it's energy, it's like bring you from place to place, it's techno electro everything and bass and drum and whoa. And when I've been in his a few sets, every time I was like, what the f are you doing, dude? You know, it was high. But mostly, I like his style. It's непобедимый.
Yeah, I like Stingray as well for the active mixing and especially the crossfader technique. I don't understand his transitions, and that's what I really love. And you can also mix pretty well.
Sometimes.
No. You're very good with tempo changes, and that's something I find very not difficult, but it's not really in my repertoire because my bandwidth is a bit different.
Yeah, because you play the vinyl and you already limited with pitch, you know. But I started from a digital background, and for me, jumping from one corner to another, it's something what I really like to do. So yeah.
To jump 20 BPM, you're very good with it. So,
yeah,
credits.
I love it.
Любимый формат вечеринок.
When the lineup is diverse, so it can start with moody music, ambient, deeper techno, and then it goes places. It goes to techno, what is a bit more powerful, or some good house set, some broken beats, electro, ending with drum and bass and jungle, and crazy stuff. Yeah, bring it on. That's for me.
I remember my first time I came in Berlin in Berlin. I don't know anybody and I feel free. I don't need to think how I look, what I'm doing. But I also like the parties where I know everybody. And then it's not a party, it's a talk party. Then you just talk all night long, and when somebody asks like, hey, for what DJ or musician did you come? I said like, yeah, I come for this, but I didn't hear it because I spent all my time to speak with my friends. This is also very much my favorite one.
Какой трек поставил бы маме?
Wow. Dance music or...
Come on, we played your music for your father when we just made the release. We're like, hey, father, where I can listen to your music? And we sent him link to Bandcamp, and afterwards he called up, yeah, I like it. I remember this time.
Okay, yeah, I sometimes forget about my own music.
Yeah, he forget about his own music. This is ridiculous. He made like 200, 300 tracks out, and X10 didn't out. I play everything what I have at home because my mom lives with me. When I'm lived in SMP, my DJ booth just like 2 meters from her bed, and sometimes I practice to play some records. Everything what I have on vinyl, she already heard.
Сколько денег тратишь на музыку в месяц?
Ridiculously much. I mean, if he has the opportunity to spend all money what he has, he will. And I'm at kind of limited goal in the house, like, last month you spent 200 euros to the vinyl. Can you please? It was fun. This type of guy who like make everything with records, buy records, sell records, clean records, produce records, working in a vinyl pressing plant with records. One of the day when we decided to clean up the apartment, and I said like, okay, so I was like enthusiast who decided to organize some cleaning event in our new apartment in Netherlands, and I said like, okay, Niels, let's do some cleaning. And she's like, okay. He came to DJ booth and started cleaning the records. First, so I clean all apartment, and he just cleaned DJ booth. And then in the end, I said like, and what? And this? You go, yes. Look at this, how beautiful is it? I was like, yes, no question. And so it was very fun. It was very fun.
You have to do what you're good at. So
yes.
I'm very good at that. So.
You're good? No question. Yeah. And now I know when we start cleaning that I need to ask him to do it a bit before.
You know what the question was?
Yeah, it's about how much we spent. I don't spend monthly. I spend like periodically. So like, for example, I first time digging a lot, like selecting like big amount of tracks that I wanna like listen. I need the time to feel them. I'm not randomly buy everything what I see, because today I like it, tomorrow I don't, and after tomorrow not. And I mostly say to my students when I gave the lessons of DJing, I say like, imagine you came to the record shops. It's like 1,000 tracks there. You choose the 100 by cover, by weight, by color of the vinyl, by label, by artist, and then you start listening to them all, and then you like 10, but money you have only for 2. This is how I like to dig music. So I went through the thousands, I choose the 100, then I leave with that a bit, and I choose 10, and in the end I have money only for 2.
Yeah, so on average I think I spend 100 euro per month, but it's also not every month, so it's like 1 month it can be 200, and then so on average.
No, sometimes we went in a clone distribution record store and we pay 400 and it's okay for records. For digital, I think I mostly spend money, but records it's in Niels' shoulders because he's professional.
Откуда и как берешь музыку?
Когда я начинала, денег на винил и вообще платить за музыку не было никаких вообще средств, и нужно было выкручиваться. Каким-то, не знаю, волшебным образом я нашла такой ресурс, как sounddeo.com. Это, короче, пиратский такая версия битпорта, где ты платишь за подписку. Там в районе, например, там косаря 1,5, и у тебя есть возможность каждый день скачивать лимитированное количество треков, типа 5-10. И я нашла этот ресурс для себя просто выходом из затруднения в поиске и объеме музыки в хорошем качестве. Я набрала, наверное, несколько тысяч треков благодаря этому ресурсу. Но сейчас я этим уже не занимаюсь, потому что мне уже не интересно, мне уже хочется благодарить артиста за то, что они творят. И я плачу через Bandcamp, либо через другие ресурсы, где трек стоит $1,5, а не я плачу за подписку $10 за месяц и скачиваю 300 треков.
For digital, it's for me it's Bandcamp mostly. What I buy digital is mostly what I already bought on vinyl, but what I really want to play. Sometimes it's not possible to play vinyl, but I really want to play the music, so I buy it digital as well. So yeah, Bandcamp mostly and Bleep. I think it's Warp related. Few shops what I check, mostly Clone, Hardwax for vinyl, and yeah, I work at a vinyl pressing plant, so a lot of music comes through, of course. So this
Just
is
randomly.
Randomly.
We just, okay, what is this, you know?
You have a nice cover, or I see in the computer, in the project, that it's like, oh, this is a genre I like, or what I would like to discover. So we discover music from all over, not from one distributor or one shop, or two distributors, two shops. No, it's all over, and this is
amazing. When we just came working in the vinyl pressing plant, we was like, oh,
like a candy shop.
Yes, and I had the chance to build archive there. It was my favorite job. I was like spending hours and hours to organize archive. It means that every record you check in Discogs, you put it in an Excel sheet, so you know what is what, who is it. So I have some knowledge about some labels and some artists before I never knew.
Лучшая флешка.
I would say full with music and 64 gigabytes. I like multiple flash cards because how I organize my playlist. So I never delete playlists from my stick. If I took the stick and I put it playlist there, it will stay there forever because I want to remember that this stick is exactly that play. So if I want to like back to such a mood what I create like a few parties before, I just took this stick. And when I came first time in Red Rum and I put like 10 sticks on the table, Sasha came to me one day, it's like, what? I says like, yeah, I know every stick by my heart. So I never move music inside flash. So if I upload, it will stay there forever. And sometimes I give my flash card as a present to new DJs or to my students, like, this is for you, I played like 2 years ago.
I don't have such a good memory, so I just have basically one stick and I have 2 copies, so in total 3 sticks that are just backups
Professional.
of one stick. That's it. 64 gigabytes is enough for me.
Сколько времени тратишь на поиск музыки?
When I started, I was hungry. It was necessary for me to find the music what's now actual, to understand what is genre. Because by digging, I learned. In the beginning, I was 20. Come on, like, what is this between tech house and minimal house? Who knows? Like, for me, it was learning process. So I spent time like till blood came out from my ears. When you like a zombie already, like listening the tracks one by one, you know, and it's like thousands of tracks per day, and then you just don't like anything anymore, and you don't want to DJ anymore. But now it's more focused, it's more precisely. If I want to like specific genre, I went to specific genre. If I was like invited to play in a kind of specific party, and I think like, okay, it will be nice to find something fresh about this, then I just spend a few hours, and it's enough for me.
Depends. Sometimes a full week, every time after work, just search. Other times not, then I just do other things with music, like produce myself.
Release, press, clean. I learned from him a lot, actually. Because my way how like to dig sometimes it was like a bit opposite, because I want a result immediately before, and now I'm enjoying to find new music. But sometimes it actually sucks, you know. I heard like 99 tracks like shit, and I back to his collection, and I just don't need any more to dig. I just want to listen records what he already chose, because this is good enough already.
Твои 3 фаворита на мировой сцене.
I always check out Tegen. outtaker. I don't know how to call it. Everybody knows.
Not everybody actually.
No,
I
you
still
just-
find people who doesn't know outtaker. Sometimes I need to say like, "Are you okay, dude?"
No, it's not for everyone.
Not for everybody. Okay.
Avex Twin, of course. Do we have another favorite?
Of course you are.
It changes so much. Like it's,
Okay, then I will complete the question. I like Blavan since beginning. He's not even just like good producer, he developed his own style, which is very cool in the techno scene when everything just the same and everybody try to copy each other. But my favorite producer you already know. It's Delta Funktionen. Oh, Niels, come on. Guys, I mean, maybe it will be like sound sweetie and kissy pissy missy pissy, but he's a good. He better than I ever heard, you know. I'm lucky I would say. I can listen new music from his computer just immediately. So he producing, I like cooking the something and he like makes some beats. I'm like, cool. He like, yeah, I also like. Tick, 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 tick. So it's a good combination. So he is my favorite and DJ and producer, but I also want to say about local scene. Мои прям дружочки-корешочки, я обожаю Диму Шуту. Каждый его сет, который я слушал, думаю, откуда этот чел вообще? Мы с ним познакомились, когда мне было 19 лет на баркаде в «Ласточке». Я помню, что тогда я играл на гитаре, никакого диджеинга еще не было. А потом как-то, когда я вернулась немножко как бы в клубную среду, я всегда попадала на твои сеты, и я была просто, ну знаешь, ты мой фаворит. Вот. А потом я до кучи скажу, что Roots United Crew — это прям каждый особенный, каждый крутой. И Хупа, и Эль, и Рванда, и Примитивчик, Накоу, продюсер я, и все ребята, и Хуави, и новый их проект. Я люблю, что делает Roots United. Я буду стоять за Roots United до конца.
I agree. No, you have lipstick.
Что в диджеинге тебя вдохновляет сейчас?
Still the same. Build a beautiful set, tell a story, and give energy, but also balance the energy. This never changes. This is how I envision the DJ set, and that will always be the same. But I like to go a bit deeper these days again. I'm getting a bit older, I guess.
На данный момент меня мотивирует совершенно другой уровень, потому что я из ничего и никого оказалась в позиции, когда я могу играть на крутых локациях. То есть меня сейчас вдохновляет еще возможность действительно видеть страны с позиции человека, который воспринимает аудиторию посредством саунда. То есть меня вдохновляет вот этот внегласный язык тела, язык понимания того, что люди слышат и как они на это реагируют. То есть мне не нужен даже язык, чтобы высказаться или понять кого-то другого. Мы все одинаково воспринимаем звук.
Что бесит в диджеинге?
I tried to translate this word in English, but I can't. Меня бесит в диджеинге.
Cocky.
Cocky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Arrogant people.
Arrogancy. Like if you touch the certain level, I hate it, you know, like all that bullshit talks in the backstage about fuck off, play music, shut up, go away. That's it.
Можно ли играть на разных площадках для разной аудитории, но при этом оставаться верным своему стилю?
Definitely, of course.
100%.
Opening, closing, headlining.
If you're professional, if you're a DJ, it's what I understood because of him. Only things what you need: good setup, good sound system, and truly believes to what you do.
And I think it helps that you understand your position in the night as well. I always really like to do warm-up sets, start to understand when you need to give energy or where you still need to hold back a bit. So you really become calculus about what tracks can be played at what moment. And if you can master that, then headlining is very easy. And closing, I guess too. It's okay. No, but I really like to be able to play at every position in the night, for sure.
Что делать, если та музыка, которую хочешь играть сегодня, не работает на аудиторию?
Sometimes you need just 3 tracks together that you know that work everywhere. Tried it in multiple occasions, multiple countries, multiple floors. I call them islands, and I just fall back on that. And if that doesn't work, then Well, you have to take your loss and sometimes it's not your night. You can also say it like that.
Я не знаю почему, но у меня перед глазами вот все эти моменты, когда просто несостыковка была с танцполом. Я тогда была достаточно молода, но я просто давила какой-то очень сильно агрессивный, например, музон в каком-нибудь кафе. Это был шанс как бы воспроизвести этот музон, потому что мне хотелось его играть, и я понимала, что как бы он по-любому никому не зайдет, и меня, естественно, туда больше никогда не позовут, но я брала этот риск и делала. Но это все опять касается какого-то начала моей карьеры. Что касается сейчас, да я просто продолжаю делать то, что я делаю, и смотрю дальше, что происходит, потому что иногда просто все пошли покурить. Вот такая ситуация может быть. И просто все вышли, вот как Nosehorn. We play some music sometimes. We have a night in Deep Tracks Night. It's a label where we also like part of the working. It's not a club. So it's like our DK kind of place where everybody can rent the place and make their own party. It's like 50 people on the dance floor, full, everybody hanging, and like one more track, nice track, cool things, left, nobody. And they just can get out to smoke, and then they back, and that's it.
We don't call it a scene there, so...
Yeah, it's not scene,
come on,
but I mean,
you cannot compare that to anything.
But it's also touch you know? You play nice music, you make mixes, you prepare, you spend a few days, you want to represent the cool music, and then everybody went smoke, and you're like, what are you doing here? But it's only like, how to say, exception.
If you can't get the crowd with you, I think it's a mistake to just really try hard to find something what they may like. So I think it's still better to keep to your story and your own flow. And if you keep doing that, it proved me always better that at a certain point the crowd will feel that you are in your flow. And in the end, they also still want to have a good night. So if you keep your flow, then you will get the crowd. I think that's a good advice. Don't go try too hard to find something. No, stick to what you do.
Что ты делаешь, когда хочешь удивить танцпол?
No, I don't want to surprise the crowd. I want to just give energy. This is my main core.
I like to surprise by just playing some weird record that everybody's like, okay, what the is he doing? I kind of like to do that.
Yeah, like,
I'm not scared to do it.
One time we played also in Asgard. It was not so long time ago, and he all of a sudden put some noise. He crushed me. I said like, what I will do is that? He's like, I like it. It surprised me a lot when I was behind him, thinking like, what I should to play after this,
But I think a good DJ should surprise.
Yes, I know. We challenge each other constantly, so I want to surprise him.
Готовишь сеты или импровизируешь?
I prepare myself for improvise. Good preparation, it means that you have all the keys in your pocket. So you went through every track in a record box, for example, if it's a digital set. Grid is correct, everything analyzed like by BPM, by style, by playlist. So if I have all my sticks with me, I'm prepared for any improvisation.
Yeah, it's not that I have a full playlist ready from 1 to...
we're not this type of DJ.
Maybe sometimes I have a few options for an opening track and a closing track maybe, but that's it. Sometimes the first 2 or 3 tracks I kind of know. From there it can just go anywhere.
Диджей Буль.